you, what? Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this week's video. If you do not know me, I am a beauty, fashion, lifestyle influencer, and I also am going to start doing more videos like today's video. I'm going to be doing some short films coming this summer, so stay tuned because I have lots of fun things planned. So today I wanted to make a video for this week about lessons that I have learned in my life. Now don't get me wrong, I am no psychologist. I mess up a lot. I'm not always happy. If you have watched one of my older videos, you know I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I am still battling that. So don't take me as the person who thinks she knows everything about life, because trust me, I don't. So the first thing I have that I feel that everyone should always remember is that life isn't over yet. One of my favorite quotes is actually by Ed Sheeran. He's one of my, I really love Ed Sheeran. I look up to him, and he once said at a concert that I was at in Cleveland, he said, what did he say? He said, everything is going to be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. And that is something that has been like really pushing me a lot, especially through my darker times. Just know that you, no matter how much time you have left, like, you still have chances, you have lessons to be learned, you have opportunity, and you still have time. We're constantly in the habit of rushing everything. We rush life. We're so rushed to get to the future, to see what's ahead of us in the future, so much so that we miss what's happening right now. And I am someone who does this a lot. I look a lot about my future, and I haven't been focusing a lot on what's been going on in my life right now, and that is something that I have been trying to work on, and just taking the time to relax and breathe and stop rushing everything I do. That is something that should always inspire you, because though you might not have a lot of time, and we really don't know how long we're going to be here, not to be like really low-key depressing, but we don't know how long we're going to be here. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, and we can't constantly plan for our future so much that we miss what's going on right now. And like, don't get me wrong, like, be excited for your future, like, do things that would benefit you in your future. I'm not talking about like forget about your future, like, take more time to live in the moment, because you still have that time and you don't want it to go to waste. The second thing I have down is that you define yourself, and this is one of, in my opinion, one of the most important things. That we constantly blame other people for the choices that we made, and though other people may impact them, it is still our choices. We choose where we want to go in life. Obviously there's things that aren't involved in this, like we can't make our own rules for like laws and government and, you know, all that nonsense. This is all about mindset. If you constantly tell yourself that you're ugly, you're not worth it, like you constantly just put yourself down, that is who you become. And I was a victim of this myself in my own head. I always told myself that I wasn't worth it, that, you know, I wasn't good enough to deserve anything, and then that is who I became. I started going downhill mentally. It really does have an effect on you. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was loving yourself. There's a lot that goes into loving yourself, obviously, and I might just make a whole separate video on that. You can't truly love others without loving yourself first. You can't go into relationships, whether they're romantic, their friendships, or just family bonds. You can't have strong relationships if you do not love yourself first. The analogy I like to use is like pouring, what are they called? Pouring something from a pitcher with nothing in it. So you are the pitcher, and you're supposed to be full before you can, you know, dump a little bit into each cup, which are the people that you love. So without anything being in that pitcher, you have nothing to give. Even if you have just a little bit in that pitcher and you give it to everyone else, you have nothing left for yourself and you're just stranded while everyone else just, not that they would like run off without you, but then you have nothing left for yourself. And I'm not saying like don't care about other people. Obviously care about other people, do things that you need to do to love other people and care for other people, like all that is great, but you have to love yourself before you make other people your priority. My fifth and final point is kind of the most important to me at the moment, especially for other people, but also for me. You care so much about what other people think of you, then it is not your life anymore. So it's a natural human habit, instinct, whatever you want to call it, to care about what other people think. We constantly do it and there's no way to not do it. That's with our actions, with what we say. We talk differently around other people based on who they are and our relationship with them, and that is completely natural. But if there's someone that's very irrelevant to you, I can relate to this. If there's someone that's very irrelevant to you and they're just constantly putting you down, shaming you for what you love to do, and you care and you let that get to you, it is no longer your life. And you constantly just let people do that to you, then they have taken over and you have no control anymore. So that is to a point. With certain people, obviously you should care to an extent, like your family, your friends, stuff like that. I get that. But if there's someone who's just trying to put you down and going against what you love to do, no matter the circumstances, if you love to do that, then you stick to doing that. You do not let other people tell you that you can't or you shouldn't because of what they think. If you love to do it, then you have to keep doing it because that's something that will keep you happy for a long time. And even if it doesn't end up working out, you still have those experiences and those lessons and those opportunities that you got from that you wouldn't have gotten if you let one person or a couple people decide that you weren't good enough to be doing what you love. I hope I've been able to help you just a little bit, just lighten your mood a little bit, give you something to look forward to, give you something to think about, anything like that. I hope I've helped you even just this smidgen. But in this, the moral of the story, you are you. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't be, what you can and can't do. To an extent. Put yourself first. Care for other people after you care for yourself. Don't leave other people stranded in the dirt, obviously. But you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anyone else. Most importantly, you are worth it and life is worth living. You still have time, you still have opportunity, you still have so many chances and so many lessons, so many lessons to be learned. And even though I'm young, you are young, we are all young, and we are trying to just get through life together and make the most of it. Again, I'm no expert. There's people that know a lot more than me, have been through a lot more than me, but I just wanted to share my personal intake on this, and I hope I have helped you out even just this much, like just that much. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I'm sorry this was not uploaded on Thursday like I said last week that I was gonna start uploading on Thursdays, and then I didn't. I'm horrible, but thank you guys so much for being patient with me and when I upload and my crazy life schedule and all of that. But also, if you ever need to talk to me, even if you just want someone to talk to, you just want to have a nice chat, I am always available to talk. My Snapchat will be down below, my Instagram will be down below. I'll leave my email and my Twitter, so if you can't get a hold of me in those 4 things, then something is wrong with me. But yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Have a lovely day, and you are loved.